Back here in Colorado, Crush the Crisis is a prescription drug take-back day hosted by HCA HealthONE. It's coming up this weekend, and we have a special guest here to talk about this today. The 7th annual event, actually, the 7th time they've done this. This is Dr. Melissa Miller, Director of Pharmacy Services with HCA HealthONE. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. It's a very big weekend. Yeah, we're really excited.
So I think people are sort of familiar with these drug take-back events, but just in case they're not, what is the whole point of this? What are you inviting people to come do?
So this is a partnership between HCA HealthONE and the DEA and our local law enforcement partners. And it's really an opportunity for people to bring prescription medications that they have in their house that they are no longer needing or using, and safely and anonymously dispose of those medications. So clean out those medicine cabinets, you can anonymously drop them off, and it really gets everything then out of your medicine cabinet and helps decrease the potential that somebody could inadvertently or intentionally pick those medications up and take them inappropriately.
Which is kind of the whole why behind this. Let's talk more about that why. What do we see happening when people have stuff in their cabinet they kind of forget about, they're not using, or maybe they're using and still someone's getting in there?
So research has showed us that a lot of patients that ended up developing an opioid use disorder actually get started with prescription medications that came from a family, a friend, or a valid medical event that they had in their lives. And so this takes that opportunity away and puts those medications in a safe disposal space. So it helps prevent those overdoses from happening and those opioid use disorders from developing. And here in Colorado, we're actually seeing opioid use overdose deaths decrease by over 15% last year.
That's encouraging.
So the efforts are paying off, which is great.
This is also kind of a silly question, but I often think, why not just toss them, flush them? Like, there's other ways people get rid of medications that aren't the best way to do it. Why?
Yeah. So ultimately, we want to make sure that they don't end up in the wrong hands and that they don't end up somewhere that they're not supposed to. And so if you just toss them in the trash, I mean, we like to think that that's actually going to end up in the trash, but it can still be diverted. And so making sure that we're protecting the environment by not putting potentially hazardous medications into the environment. These all get incinerated, and so we can make sure that they're really destroyed and safely taken care of.
Well, I'm encouraged to hear about opioid deaths starting to trend the correct way, right? Down. In pharmacy, I'm sure over the last probably 10, 20 years, you've really seen a lot of changes in how even opioids are handed out. So what do we think's going on here that's making a difference? I'm sure drug take-back days help, but that's not the only thing.
Right. I think it's a whole combination of things. So as a medical community, we've really changed our prescribing practices, and we focus a lot more on pain management that doesn't deal specifically with opioids. We have a lot of great alternatives, and I think we do a better job as a health community utilizing those other options. So I think that's a big part. A lot of education, having discussions like this, having information available to people, making the community aware that not only is this a challenge, but there's something we can actually do to prevent it. And then making access easy to dispose of these things. So things like the DEA take-back event. A lot of pharmacies will have drop boxes that you can safely dispose of as well. And so making sure that people are easily able to get rid of this. A lot of our locations this weekend are drive-through locations, so you don't even have to get out of your car. Exactly, like it's super easy.
Well, and on that note, let's talk about, so if you want to do some drop-offs this weekend, here's a list of some of the places you can go. This is Saturday?
So this is this Saturday, the 25th, and
all day?
It is from 10 to 2.
Okay.
And it's at all of the HCA HealthONE locations. All of our main hospitals are partnering with their local law enforcement, as well as some of our freestanding emergency rooms.
So if you drive through one of these things, are you going to see like a little setup, big trash bins, people running traffic?
You'll have law enforcement there. You'll have hospital employees there. A lot of times you'll see like lights from one of the police cars that's parked there. So
follow the cues.
They'll have big bags. There'll be signs. They'll have cues. All
right. Thank you very much, Dr. Miller, for coming in with us today and talking about this. Get your meds together and get rid of them this weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.